Yeah, it's like church. Sit down, stand up.
And you're live. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's call to order at 1917. 1910, right?
1707. 1907.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Way ahead of you.
Okay. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda? No. Okay. Can we approve the minutes from last month?
Do we have a minute copy of that? No.
We do not. They were emailed. I read them.
I think they were emailed like right after the first
meeting,
yes,
yeah.
but I'm sorry, I don't have them.
That's
here
okay.
Right now.
Yeah. I don't know how can I approve it without reading it.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I mean, can I second my own minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll second.
Sure, why not? Okay. Public comment. Hi.
Hi, yes, Mike Szynski. I'm just thankful for the new park equipment that went in Buzzard Road. I was here, I think, February last.
Yes, I remember you.
Yeah, February, I think it was February. And equipment was installed this week and the mulch is going in and it's almost completed. So wanted to appreciate the work.
Wonderful.
Oh, good.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ryan, for keeping me involved.
No problem.
Alright.
I will say just to
You make
add to that
things happen.
comment that Jim and crew are working to finish that up. Mulch came late this afternoon, so they can continue that tomorrow. There is a small hiccup. One of the basket swings did not come with the setup, so they're coming to put one of them in tomorrow. We're staying on top of them for the second one. So we are making sure it's 100% complete. And Jim and Scott and team had a great idea for some natural elements. You know, we have a lot of boulders here at Grange Park, so there's an opportunity to do some natural play within that mulch area. That'll be happening as well. So we have that safety area with the mulch that's open by the original swings right now. We can put a couple boulders for some natural play. Maybe down the road there's expansion, but as of now we're using our resources that we have.
Right. The retention pond or rain garden that went in, you know, is a whole separate subject that we had before the supervisors. As far as the park and rec is concerned,
Mike,
what-
I just got a message that they can't hear you. Can you come up to the stand, please?
Sure.
Somebody's watching us and they can't hear you. Sorry.
I feel, so I just wanted to thank everybody for putting in the playground equipment. You mentioned that went in this week and the final mulch is in progress right now, looking great. We've had some discussions about the rain garden retention pond that was put in. It took about a third of the park away. And still some concerns within the community about that, but we're addressing that through the Board of Supervisors meeting. There are several problems with that retention pond as of yet. But the one concern I had was the soccer goal that is there is kind of right up against the retention pond, and right behind that is where the accumulated water never drains, and there's rocks there and stuff like that. I've seen the kids having to go, if they miss a shot at the goal, have to go down into that pond and climb on the rocks that is kind of like a French drain rocks, I guess is best to call it. And so there's some safety issues there that need to be addressed yet. I don't know whether there's any particular do that yet or not.
I'll check in on that.
Yeah. So just for the safety, obviously. So
Okay.
that's it.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. So I guess we can move on to staff reports.
Okay. So it's kind of been a busy month since we last met. So just to go over a few of the items that we had occur. Last Thursday, we did have the groundbreaking ceremony for the Community Lifestyle Center. We had about approximately 150 participants there at that groundbreaking. It was very well attended, and we are excited to see the project move forward. We are continuing to document the progress of the project on the website. So if you check out the Upper Macungie Township website, we do have the renderings in a photo album. We have photos from the groundbreaking, and we're going to work with our construction manager to continue to publicize that progress of the project. Then on Friday, we had our Upper Macungie Township Fire Department Appreciation Event and Movie in the Park on Friday the 13th at Grange Park, which was well attended by over 500 people, rough head count. It was a great turnout for the apparatus and educational components the volunteer fire corps did. We also had a Curiosity Cube mobile science lab. It's a retrofitted shipping container that was turned into a science lab for kids. Various fire department activities like shooting the fire hose, checking out the fire truck. The simulator with a house on fire was there as well for kids. We also had a fire truck themed inflatable obstacle course as part of it. And then we showed Kung Fu Panda 4 as the movie in the park. We had one of the local martial arts studios come and do a demonstration before the movie. It's a group that will also be at our Trunk or Treat event, so we're very excited to collaborate with the local businesses and opportunities for all of our families. Our teams did a fantastic job with it. To get 500 people in this area to a movie in the park on a Friday night during fall football season is a pretty good thing. So we are absolutely excited about that. And Simone Collins, our consultants for the Park Rec Open Space Plan, were there as part of their public outreach, engaging with citizens, talking about the public input survey. They were there for a couple hours during the event as well. Then the next day, we had the Fall Luck of the Draw pickleball tournament and a Miller Keystone blood drive here at the Township building. It was a good turnout for the first time of trying the blood drive with the mobile unit here at the Township, and I think Miller Keystone's excited to do future opportunities. Luck of the Draw pickleball was well attended. We realized that we were going head-to-head. Ours was advertised early on with other local pickleball tournaments, so we're going to keep an eye on that on the pickleball scene to make sure we're not competing with other locations. And then the science lab was there for the open to the public for the next day. It comes on a tour to cities once a week throughout the country. So I think they were really excited about what we could provide, and we're going to keep an eye on them for future opportunities.
Where's that come from?
I would butcher the name of the company, but I know they're in the township. Milospor Sigma is actually the parent company that sponsors it. I know they're right up off Hickory, I think, if I remember correctly. Still learning all the street names and whatnot here in the township. But it was really cool. It was the life cycle and history of a T-shirt. So it was pretty cool to see what the kids can learn with that. Fall winter newsletter is scheduled to be out in households at the end of the month. So our target date to be mailed out and dropped off is September 30th. Also, fall events that we need all hands on deck for to help us out with. The two coming up are Barktoberfest on October 5th at Grange Park. Emily has a lot of vendors lined up, food trucks, beverage vendors, and also a lot of different dog themed activities. So we're really excited for it and can't wait to get started. And Trunk or Treat. I do know other townships have scheduled theirs for the same day, but I hear everyone had a blast last year at ours. I was not here, but I heard it was a fantastic turnout. Jim has been working on the way to light up the trail and add some elements to be a really big hit for kids and families. We've added a movie portion to it as well as part of the event to kind of extend it and stretch it out. And we do know the biggest feedback from last year was because we had such an influx in crowd, we didn't have enough. So we are planning for that crowd from the start. So a lot of vendors are rolling in with their registrations. We actually have a couple of local dental practices, not so much candy, but more of, hey, when you do eat all your candy, here's who you go to help get taken care of for your family. But a lot of opportunity for that Lone Lane. I think it's going to be a really, really successful event for us. And lastly, if you were in the parking lot or out at any of these events, you probably saw the not new vehicle, but new color scheme on a vehicle we have for Parks and Rec now. If you haven't, I encourage you to check it out in the parking lot or events. We worked with a local vendor to get a vinyl wrap around most of it to really make it pop and show that it's Upper Macungie Township Parks and Rec out at things. So you'll see the branding logo of the township on that vehicle when we're going places. So can't hide anywhere. You're going to see us nice and bright and
You
ready.
mean that white truck?
Partial white truck now. Now it's about 9 different colors added to it, but it's a way for us to be around and really interact with residents and know that we're there. So we want to make sure that's a priority moving forward.
What's the movie at Trunk or Treat?
The movie at Trunk or Treat is Despicable Me 4. And that's all I have for reporting.
That's a lot. Thank you. All right. I guess old business, comprehensive park and rec plan,
So we're moving along with the comprehensive park and rec and open space plan. As of today, when I checked the survey results, we are right just about at 400 respondents, 391 to be exact. And that public survey is open through May. So we've done our initial push on the website, sharing it, having that at events. We actually have QR code pieces of paper in the back of the room to the website and the public meeting schedule. We've kicked off the steering committee. We've had our first meeting for the steering committee. The consultants were at Park and Rec board meeting last month. They were at the Planning Commission 2 days ago, and they're going to be at the Board of Supervisors meeting in October. We will continue through social media and email blast and all of our other avenues to continue to push that survey. And what I think is really great about this consultant and their knowledge of the township is it's the same consulting firm that did the Vision Zero Action Plan. So it's not just another study by itself. It's connecting a park and rec layer master plan about what we do with parks and rec with that lens of the connectivity study as well.
Okay.
So if you haven't taken the survey, if your neighbors haven't taken the survey, encourage you to do so. Encourage you to come to the public event, public meetings, and really have your say in where parks and recreation and open space planning is going in the township.
will there be the QR code in the newsletter?
The QR code is in the newsletter.
Okay. All right. The other park concerns?
So we are addressing, I know last month it came up questions about trees at Lone Lane. So I know Scott and Jim and Tim and team have been on top of that. And then there was a concern brought up about the Grange Park basketball courts. Our public works director and I are working on that amenity right now. We realize it's a valuable space with the 4 courts that we do have, the opportunities that are available with it. So we are looking at some short-term solutions. I know Jason had mentioned the condition of the basketball rims, but long-term, if we want to bring more activity, more organized activity, I think there's some things that we're going to be able to accomplish. I can't quote them exactly at the moment, but when we have more information, I'll provide it. But we heard the concern loud and clear last month, and we're taking a look at it.
Okay. New business is video streaming.
So new business, if you give me a chance to pull it up on the screen here. Earlier this month at the Board of Supervisors meeting, the Board of Supervisors adopted an update to the streaming policy for meetings. Typically, when we've put them on YouTube, they sit there for about 30 days and then they go away. They've changed that to once they're up, they are cataloged and they're there now in perpetuity, I guess is the word to use. The Board of Supervisors has directed our staff to ask the subboards like Parks and Rec and Planning to adopt the same procedure. So this is me bringing it to your attention to discuss and make a determination.
I
Okay.
think we need to pass a motion for that if we need to adopt the same.
Can we use the same verbiage and just change it to Parks and Rec?
How many days it will stay up the YouTube?
Forever.
Forever?
Yes.
Right.
Forever. and
It doesn't
ever.
matter, but how much space we need for that.
Oh, sorry, I'm scrolling a little too fast. My apologies.
That's okay. I can't read that fast.
If you want me to go backwards, I can.
What do you guys think? It should stay up forever? Or? doesn't matter.
Wait, so we have a choice if it's these?
I don't think so.
No,
have
we don't.
choice, but
We're
we
just
still
having a
get-
choice in the
Right?
format. I think we're deciding on the
What's-
format.
I guess that's what's
Are we
really the
following-
question.
Let me-
You're gonna.
Are
we
they
adopt
recommending us or are they suggesting us,
I
the
think
Board of
they want us
Supervisors?
to follow the format of the Board of Supervisors meetings.
Mhm.
So, but I don't know what that format is.
Is it follow the format or follow the?
The
Or-
guidelines for this streaming on YouTube.
Yes.
It's
Oh, the
just a matter of
guidelines.
adopting
okay.
that we would keep the video recordings of the Park and Rec board meetings the same as the Board of Supervisors. Which means instead of deleting after 30 days.
Oh,
it would
okay, all right. That's,
Stay.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That's all the ask is being made.
All right.
So I guess the
we-
question is, there a reason not to accept that?
Pull this up for reference.
My question for this document is, this document, are the Board of Supervisors recommending it or they are just saying, hey, you guys need to follow this?
Oh, that's what I'm going to bring up for you right now. Okay, that's
Oh,
Because YouTube you won't hear otherwise.
Yes, so I was at the Board of Supervisors meeting, and they couldn't mandate what you wanted to do. So they're recommending, they're going to be following that procedure to keep it,
Yeah,
evergreen.
everybody.
And
And
they
then-
said each particular commission board will vote on their own particular policy.
correct.
And they would like you to endorse it, but that's not their prerogative, it's their
Mhm.
decision.
Yeah, that
Does it
that
need to
makes
be
sense.
a-
That give us a choice. But I don't have any problem either way. So if
Yeah,
they're
I'd
giving
like
us a choice, then we need to pass. We need to
Make a motion and pass it.
Do we have a reason to say that we need to review their verbiage and then make a decision next month?
Because no one is here.
Right, that's true. We're a little
Well, I
short.
mean, not no one, because
Yeah.
you're someone, and you're someone, and you're
No, but like
someone,
Matt's not
and
here.
I'm someone.
Yeah.
But there's a couple people not here.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that shouldn't be a
Yeah,
problem.
that shouldn't be a problem. We
If
have
you're
enough
not here,
people to
that-
vote,
yeah.
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 That should not be a problem to pass.
I just,
don't- I
I
don't-
hate to make a hasty vote without having the opportunity to read the document.
To adapt the Board of Supervisors suggestion to have a YouTube streaming unlimited. Anybody want to second that, the motion?
Or April, do you want to, can we postpone it till next month?
Yeah.
And
I don't
they
see, would
send,
that be, okay? Yeah, you think, you can reach
get
out
us
to?
the
Yeah.
document?
I
What if
don't, and
we-
what I can do is I can send this out via email,
Right,
and we can keep it on the agenda for next month.
Yeah,
okay.
well, we do that. That way Matthew and Jason also would have a say. Yeah.
Oh, so do you want to make a motion to table it? Do we do that?
Because this is the internal board matter, you can do that in the email.
Okay.
It's not like a public matter. So we could pass that motion in the email if you want to,
That's true
Jackie.
too. Yeah.
That's true.
Like email.
Okay, so I'll
me.
make a motion that we take the next month to review the legislation passed by the Board of Supervisors regarding video streaming, and make with the intention of voting on it next month
Yeah, that's fine.
for us. You can make it sound better.
You can make it sound.
We can table this motion for the next month. That's okay. If you want to wait for Matthew and
Jason.
Okay, I wrote it down.
All right.
All right, so we have to, vote? We don't. vote.
No.
Mm-mm.
Right, No, all right.
Yeah.
I put it down. Yep.
Okay. Email communication updates for Granicus.
So the only thing I just wanted to mention to the Park and Rec Board, township staff between Emily and myself, with our rec desk software, and Jasmine, our township secretary, and the Granicus platform we have that she has asked residents of the township to subscribe to the township website. We have found a way to integrate that a little bit better. We found that with Rec Desk, we are limited in the amount of bulk emails we can send out. So, for example, we have over 10,000 email addresses in Rec Desk. We're only able to send out 2 to 3 bulk emails under our current setup. That's not going to cut it. We're doing a lot more pushing out of volunteer opportunities, events that are going on, things like that. So we spoke to our counterparts at Granicus on how we could take the Rec Desk.
Is that like a free edition?
No, it's not a free edition, but the long story short is if the township's going to get more subscribers under a system for everything, whether it's Board of Supervisor information, planning information, we want to get the Park and Rec info out there in the same capacity, which we've done so. So this is just saying what we have done and how we're going to be able to push the information about Parks and Rec out a lot better than we have. So just an update on what staff has been working on.
What is Granicus?
It's another type of software that works with municipal governments, do a lot of different things, a lot of different software capabilities. We really focus right now on the ability to communicate via newsletters, email blasts, things like that. So it looks a lot more official. I'm sure the couple you've seen come out of like Upper Macungie Township News. If you subscribe to learn about Parks and Rec, that's the list it's going to. But now it's also going to the Rec Desk email blast as well. So everyone's getting the information a little bit more officially.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So
I've been asking for this for a long time.
So
yes.
we are trying.
On a similar note, we had a discussion a couple months ago. I brought up creating an app for the township. Did you hear about that?
I've heard about it. I think it's something we're as staff know the ways we need to communicate with our residents. It's making sure we do it correctly. You know, things like apps can get a little tricky if you don't put all the info into it to make it live, and then you got to go make changes. It's a little messy. So I think the township as a whole has heard that and is ready, is getting to a point to be able to be a little more efficient. I can't. I'll leave it at that.
Because the YMCA has an app
Yep.
that works really well in keeping you updated as far as like if programs have to change or whatever.
Sure.
And
It's a huge help. Yep.
Yeah, that works really
Gives
well.
you alert like today is movie in the park, and then you say, "Oh, movies in the park. I'm free. Let me go and take
Yep.
it."
Right.
So there are.
Yeah, there are pluses.
I come
Push
from a
the
place where I
notification.
built
Or
out
volleyball. We're going to play volleyball tonight.
I built out the software system they use. So the back end of stuff. I hear what you're saying. It just takes a little bit of time to, for example, you've got Android, you've got Apple, you've got Google phone. You want to make sure it works for everyone. So I can say too, with the township website, we've specifically myself and Emily, I can speak for, have done a lot more with putting on the news banners and making sure things are on the front page and the Park and Rec page. Once we found out our email blast limitations, that's when we started the next conversation to make sure we include that as well. So it was great to be able to come to a quick solution on that. And it's also a list where you've subscribed for. We're not going to blast you with spam or anything like that. You've signed up to want to know about Parks and Rec. You're going to get the Park and Rec information.
Courtesy of the floor.
Anything else?
So, yeah, I'm sorry, third time. But I did express interest in joining this particular board in February. I know at that particular time there were no openings at this point. I don't know whether that has changed, is it terms, what goes on? Is there any possibilities?
Okay, so at the current point, we do have our full number. I think we have 7, right? 1, 2, 3.
7.
Yeah, 7. The term is 5 years, if I recall correctly. And I think my spot is about to be up in 2 years. So
2 years.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about
two or
everybody
three,
else,
something
though. There
like
could
that.
be
Yeah,
other
I'm
Sure, I don't know
I'm
about
not
anybody
quite
else.
sure.
Well,
We
people
would have to
have,
look.
Mike,
Google
the
Maps
best
it.
way is like there's an application on the board,
yeah,
on the website. You just
Yeah.
fill it out. So what happen is that goes to the township and they keep that in line.
On
And
file.
whenever somebody's spots come up or resign, they will contact the next volunteer in line.
right.
That's
But
what.
in the
that's-
interim, you're welcome to keep coming and being a part of us, and certainly to come and volunteer on events. We're trying to build our volunteer base to have more than just the 7 of us come into events.
So I am volunteering right now for the volleyball
Mike Person.
program.
Super.
I'm also part of the open planning, what do you call it, whatever that
The
is.
steering committee for the Park and Rec Open Space Plan.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
I have some ideas too, and I'll bring them up through the
Okay.
Hmm.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
yeah.
We really thank you. We need volunteers.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else we need to discuss? I don't think so.
I think on my side.
I said what I had.
All right, call a motion for adjournment the meeting.
Okay.
Any comments or suggestions?
Then I guess we'll motion for adjournment.
I second it.
Who's first?
Oh.
Okay. So we'll say Niraj and Gwen.
Okay.
All right. Then we'll adjourn.
Thank you.
Like you said,
That works.
1736.
Mike, can you spell your name?